Episode 17, I believe it was. Oh, good lord, I had so much fun making that episode. You don't even know. That was great for me to make. Like, I knew it was good because while I was editing, God came up to me and said,
"Pop off only on occasions, brother."
And I said, "Yes, Lord, it is indeed that occasion." I don't know what else to say. I loved episode 17, dog. I can barely speak. Ever since episode 17, that spark, that creative energy, it's flowing through my veins now, and I can't get it out. I tried procrastinating, but I just can't. Well, I said can't loosely because some did happen, but that was kind of like necessary because I did have homework, and my friends didn't want to spend time with me, so like I gotta make sure everyone gets a little attention here and there, school, my friends, and my family. But now we're back on Kingdom Come, baby. This is episode 18, right after Rio reads that story. Let's jump right to it. Wait. Okay. Maybe not, because I just remembered. I'm recording this intro, and episode 18 isn't finished yet. Like, it's close to being finished. So after I do this, I'm gonna go finish that, but I'm gonna just give you like a 10-minute later intervention. Alright, here we go. Okay, scratch 10 minutes. Let's try the next day. Goodness gracious. Writer's block hit me like crazy, dog. I don't know what happened. Like halfway through writing, I just stopped. And I took a nap, and then I woke up in this next day. I don't know what happened, man. Like I said, I had all that energy, but clearly not. I am still excited though. And episode 18 does need a lot of attention. So let's get right to it. Last time, Rio read that story packet thing, and that basically described Stelga's backstory. Well, I should say Katie, because that was revealed to be her name. So, let's get to it. Rio. This information was unknown to him for the longest time. He began to cry. Katie, I did this. I really wasn't there. No. He fell to his knees. Katie! His tears flowed like that of a waterfall. In his eyes, everything turned red around him. Like everything was covered in the blood that Katie shed. Both hers and everyone she killed. This feeling, this pain, was unbearable. What he went through in his hometown could never compare to what he was feeling at that moment in time. He was the cause. If he stayed around his hometown, Katie could have been safe. But he wasn't there. And now, she had a bloodlust. That can only be quenched when Rio dies. Rio blamed himself for everything. He held himself accountable for every action Katie took. He began calling himself Demon. He began to pound the ground as he fell more and more into this depression. 5 minutes later, Rio had been crying for most of the time that the rest had been gone. Now he was pathetically waltzing towards the 1C room to continue his job, still shedding tears. He walked along the wall, trying to wipe away his tears. I just can't believe this. Katie, if only I could go back. Why did it have to be this way? He felt weak, walking along the lockers of the hallway. His mind raced with emotions. He could barely think straight. The idea of someone so close to him being a killer destroyed him from the inside. He now stood in the doorway. Doorway? Alright, stuttering just ruined the whole story. You do hate to see it. Anyway, he now stood in the doorway of the room at 1C. Worried to see what he was about to discover, he hesitated. The fear of uncovering more about the Stelica monster that Katie had become overtook him. He was practically shaking still. Eventually, he took a second to regroup himself. A moment to gather his thoughts before he pressed on further. Well, regroup himself to the best of his ability. While trying to calm himself down, he began to blame himself once again for what was happening that day. The hotel burning, the kid's death, his friends being attacked. He blamed himself for all of it. So with this, it was almost impossible for Rio to pass the threshold of the room out of apprehensiveness. Eventually, while he was staring at the 1C door, he actually heard someone coming his way from down the hallway. It sounded like multiple people. He assumed it was his other friends, but stuttering, I really hate you right now, Doug. He assumed it was the others and felt a bit more confident. There you go. Okay. Hey, everyone, is that? Rio paused when he turned around and saw no one there. Rio turned away from the door and down the hallway in confusion. Am I going crazy? I definitely heard something. Rio walked quietly down the hall, trying to listen in to the footsteps around him. And eventually he heard the footsteps stop. He didn't know where they came from, so he just decided to check the front door of the school. 7 minutes later, Rio was getting close to the front door of the high school. He was right down the hall from it. Hey, who's there? Doria? Todoroki? Y'all there? Rio was going to round the corner to face the main door, but then hid behind it quickly because of who was near the door. It was multiple people who all looked the same. They had purple hair, strangely purple skin, purple eyes, and yellow pupils. What made them seem hostile was the fact that they all carried a bow and arrow with them. That was the target. Neutralize them. Oh no. Rio took off running down the hallway away from the soldiers. He heard them chasing after him and began to panic. Rio kept running faster and faster, but so did the soldiers. Eventually, he saw something soar past his head and down the hallway. What was that? The object landed into the ground, and when Rio ran past it, he saw that it was an arrow. They were shooting at him. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Keep firing. Aim for his legs. No, don't do that. Rio was dodging arrows left and right. Eventually, he ran past the storage packet he left on the floor and ran straight into the 1C room. He slammed the door behind him and turned it to gold, essentially locking it. You can't hide in there forever. Have if you find another way in, we'll stay here. Rio backed up slowly from the door. I don't know why, but that short minute I could not read. I blue screened there for a minute. I did not like that. Okay, hold on. Alright, I got the bifocals now, so hopefully I can read a little bit better. I could not see in that short moment. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Were those stalkers, man? There are at least 20 of them chasing me. Rio began to look around frantically, searching for a way out of the situation. I can't stay here for long. Surely there's some way out of here. Eventually, his eyes came across something in the back of the room. It wasn't a way out, but a sheet of paper on the desk in the corner. Even though Rio was in a dire situation, he still investigated the sheet of paper. What is this? Please let this at least show a way out of here. Rio picked the paper up. At first it was blank. There's nothing on it. Until he flipped it to the other side, which then, on this side, wrote, "You're planning on running again, aren't you? Stelka." What? Rio was stunned once again. This was a clear note left behind by Katie. In this note, Katie read, and with this note, Katie read Rio like a book. He was planning on running away. But it was that wording of again that stood out to him. Rio then thought back to the story packet he ran past earlier. She's right. I am thinking of running. He thought back to what happened to Katie, what happened to that kid, and everything up until this point. It all happened because he ran away. Rio sat the paper down. I guess she's just trying to make another point. That running away is what I'm just good at. Well, Rio turned back to the door. Not anymore. If running causes people this much pain, then I'm done with it. I won't make this right, Kitty. Just you wait. Rio then snapped, turning the door back to normal. He heard the soldiers on the other side of the door speak up. "You've just made a mistake, peasant." They then kicked down the door and trained their weapons on Rio. "Go on, come at me. Bring it." And that's where we end. Oh boy. I feel like this episode could have been a lot more fire if I didn't interrupt halfway through with me blue screening, but it is what it is. Maybe I can edit it out. I'm gonna try a post. If it's not edited out, I'm sorry. But if you did like it regardless, leave a like down below, comment down below, subscribe down below, and catch you on the flip.